Okay. I couldn't figure out why nothing's working and everything is tanking. It seems like people are getting out. So I went to IWM Weekly and I took a fractal, a crash fractal basically. And here's my theory. I think Trump, he's opening a sovereign wealth fund. He's opening up the Treasury to lend to banks. T0 is getting prepared to enter a blockchain exchange. Ryan Cohen is going around with crypto guys from Saudi Arabia, you name it. And BlackRock is buying GME. Ken Griffin goes on today and complains about liquidity. I think what they're going to do is they're going to crash the market on purpose. Okay, think about this. They get Cash Patel in, they get all their dominoes in place. They put in all their pawns and all their chess pieces in place. They refuse to bail out Ken Griffin and the hedge funds. They're stuck. They let the market crash. This is the fire. Cohen uses his $5 billion to prop up GME, holding it up until I said August. This is June. July easily could be put off to August. And this downside that you see here is the market crashing. Cohen makes an announcement, maybe merger, buyout, whatever, or buys back the shares. And the market crashes until June, July, August. In the meantime, Trump has his trillions of dollars set up in a sovereign wealth fund, ready to buy the dip of everything when the crash is done. And it's going to be fast. And then he opens up the Treasury and cuts the Fed out. He starts lending to banks as long as they adopt crypto on the blockchain and amalgamate the banking system with crypto, and then allows the banks to borrow directly from the United States government, cutting out the Federal Reserve and the central banks. Now, BlackRock and Vanguard own. Get out of here, Coco. BlackRock and Vanguard, who own 10% of every single stock in the market, end up losing 80% of their wealth overnight. While Trump and his sovereign wealth fund and all their backers start buying the dip at the very bottom. Essentially getting United States out of debt by 2029, which is the end of Trump's administration. 25 to 29, 4 years, he invests in the market and It's genius. And then makes money from the banks because he's lending out money directly from the Treasury, cutting out the Fed and central banks all along the way. And meanwhile, as soon as we get down here, margin calls ensue from Citadel and all these guys, and you get a massive short squeeze because now they can say that GME and the market was taken down from corruption. So now the corruption has caused a need to redo the New York Stock Exchange and all the other exchanges to blockchain, to never let this corruption happen again, opening up T0 and GME for whatever they have planned, the Teddy banking system, and they reform the stock market, causing a massive squeeze in margin calls. GME becomes the next Berkshire Hathaway because they know what's happening, and they have full control of the exchange on blockchain. And all we got to do is buy and hold the dip, and buy the dip and hold the stock. And GME will come out looking like a boss. Which is why I think you're going to see as much covering as possible, not from Citadel and all these guys, but from the smaller hedge funds who know they're screwed. Now the question is, why wouldn't they just wait until the dip? Because if these companies go, like AMC, go to bankruptcy, Chapter 11, they're going to get charged with fraud. And it's all going to come out. So you're going to see AMC and stocks like that cover immediately. Also, why they put it off for a year on declaring any short positions, because if they do declare the short positions right now, retail is going to buy them up. But if they delay the revealing of the short positions, then they can make an excuse that the hedge funds were so over levered they caused the market to crash. Then releasing the data later to prove to everyone why we need blockchain. The market crashed because these guys were so over leveraged that they caused a market crash, and they're going to come in and rescue everything right here, which is why you see crypto. These guys are selling their crypto. They're selling into retail right now, and this is why the market hasn't moved anywhere. The SPY hasn't moved in weeks. It's just sitting up here topping out. I think it's because they're selling off right now into retail. We're topping out here. You can see it. If you look here, you can see this is on an upturn. Yet look at the RSI. We're in a massive divergence here, boys. MACD's going down. The SHMEO's going down on the weekly. These guys are selling up here. I think we're in for a massive crash, boys. And I'm not saying this because I'm a little salty. Well, I am a little salty. Nothing's been working, but I know why now. Nothing's going to go up. The market's preparing for a crash, man. It's just a theory at this point. I'm not trying to cause any alarm, but it's a valid theory, man. These guys are setting up to buy the dip. Trillions of dollars in a sovereign wealth fund, lending to banking institutions, getting ready for when these guys are in trouble. So it's just a theory at this point, but I think it's a solid plan, because if you look at it, these guys are going to be sitting pretty here for the next 4 years as the market pumps. You might as well get it out of the way now, early in 2025. If this thing crashes right here, that's March. That's like not even a month away. This thing tanks, and by August, September, we're right back up for the next 4 years. It's no different than when COVID. Right in March, you got a crash, the thing bounced right back up for the next 4 years. It's no different. It's going to be fast. It'll be, it'll be painful for about a month, but then everything's going to go up again. Anyway, it's just a theory. I'm not putting out to the public. It's just members only. But I'm starting to really wonder why nothing's working. And when that happens, I tend to think everything is selling off in the background. And if you look around right now, Griffin and them, there's something going on here. And this would be the smartest move for the Trump administration to get this out of the way, set up a fund to buy the dip. BlackRock and all these guys, these central banks, lose all their, look at 80% down. They're invested in everything. They let this thing crash. They lose 80% of their control, 80% of their power. And who buys it up down here? Trump and all his buddies with the Sovereign Wealth Fund. So anyway, it's just a theory. I'm going to let you guys mull that over. But we're going to watch this very closely in the next couple weeks. I want to see what happens. And I'm going to start positioning myself into a long position here, like just shares right now, until I know what's going on. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. It's just a thought right now. But we're going to watch this.